Now, what a new Torah scroll means to the local Jewish community, we take you to the celebration and what President Trump is saying about gun control after another mass shooting. Plus, enjoying a bike ride under the summer sun to make sure all kids have access to that feeling.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 5:30.
Thanks for joining News 3 Now at 5:30. I'm Amanda Quintana. The Jewish community is celebrating today as the Shabbat of Madison is welcoming a brand new Torah scroll. There's singing and dancing, even a parade. But as Gabriela Becerra shares, this new scroll has a significant meaning to Madison. Gabby?
That's right. To make a Torah requires patience and attention to detail as each letter is handwritten. Today, members of Madison's Jewish community had the opportunity to help complete a new scroll that will be used for special occasions at the Chabad of Madison.
The welcoming of a new Torah scroll
Mazel tov, mazel tov.
is a day of celebration for the Jewish community of Madison.
It's a very rare but very joyous occasion for a Jewish community to welcome a new Torah scroll because they last a lifetime and beyond. They last over a century. So it's really so exciting to bring this to our community.
A scribe started this scroll in Israel over 1 year ago.
The Torah scroll takes about 12 months to complete by a scribe. It's written on parchment with ink and a quill.
And now Madison's Jewish community has the opportunity to complete it.
Going to write a letter together.
All right, so you want me just to hold your arm or hold the quill? Or?
Top of the feather.
All right.
Very good.
Each one of the 304,805 letters in the Torah
Beautiful. Mazel tov.
has to be perfect.
Even one letter has a problem in it. If it's cracked or missing, it can render the entire Torah scroll invalid.
Rabbi Matusov says each letter in the Torah represents a person in their community.
So a letter is referred to in the words of our sages like a soul, that every person has a soul. We're all one letter. And to make a community, you need all the letters there. And if one letter is cracked and if one letter is missing, the entire community is lacking and missing. And we have to make sure that we're there for everyone and we're there to help every person to be the best letter that they can be.
Rabbi Matusov says the Torah scroll will be pulled out and read from at least 3 times a week. They read portions at a time, taking an entire year to read through the entire scroll.
Wow, very interesting. Thank you so much, Gabby. Let's get a look at your first alert weather with Dana Fulton. The sunny Labor Day weekend continues.
Overall today it really was fantastic. Nice and pleasant outside. We got some sun this afternoon, of course. And as we take a live look with our Edgewater sky cam, just a few clouds in the sky. Otherwise, again, a really nice Sunday. There are a few light showers in northern Wisconsin as a cold front drives south. We may see a few light showers overnight around midnight, but it is a very slim chance to have those isolated showers slide through. Temperature-wise, we're in the mid to upper 70s right now, so very close to average. 76 in Madison, 78 in Boscobel. Our wind speeds right now are nice and calm. They should stay very calm overnight from the south, anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour. Dew points are creeping up just a little bit. Heading into your Monday, still will be pleasant, but our next system will be pushing in to start off your Tuesday. We'll take a close look at what's ahead for the week in just a few minutes. Amanda?
Thank you, Dana. More local news now. Madison police broke up a large fight of about 30 people early this morning, according to Chief Mike Koval's blog. After the original fight call to the sandwich shop Chiba Hut, officers were then called again for a report of a man armed with a gun. Authorities say the crowd began to separate once cops arrived, and a 21-year-old man who matched the description of the armed suspect was detained. Then another 21-year-old man tried to intervene and grab the officer's shoulder, leading to police using a taser on him. An investigation also revealed the armed suspect was jumping up and down on cars before the fight and threatened to shoot a driver. Following yesterday's deadly shooting in Texas, President Trump says he's working with Democrats and Republicans to address mass shootings. He didn't go into detail about what lawmakers are working on, but said the shooting, quote, really hasn't changed anything regarding what's happening in Congress. Trump also says that universal background checks would not have stopped the tragedy or others before it.
We're looking at a lot of different things. We're looking at a lot of different bills, ideas, concepts. It's been going on for a long while. Background checks. I will say that for the most part, sadly, if you look at the last 4 or 5, going back even 5 or 6 or 7 years, for the most part, as strong as you make your background checks, they would not have stopped any of it.
Authorities are still investigating Saturday's mass shooting near Odessa, Texas, where a gunman opened fire after a traffic stop. 7 people were killed and about 20 others were injured, including a 17-month-old girl and 3 law enforcement officers, according to police and hospital officials. Meanwhile, in President Trump's trade war, a new round of tariffs went into effect at midnight. Starting today, there is a 15% tariff on $112 billion of Chinese goods. Experts say this will raise prices for American families and hurt the economy, and consumers can expect to feel the impact on everything from milk to diapers to sports equipment. It was a beautiful day for a bike ride, and several bikers took advantage of it this morning. Madison's Bombay Bike Club partnered with Capital Brewery for the ride, with proceeds going to help the Free Bikes for Kids organization. Organizers of Free Bikes say they appreciate the community support.
So many of us have that feeling that we remember riding a bike for the first time, and we want to make sure that every kid in Madison has an opportunity to feel that.
The Free Bikes for Kids organization hopes to give out 2,000 free bikes to kids next spring. The nonprofit Sable Flames is trying to encourage younger and underprivileged members of our community to continue going to school by bowling. The group of all African-American firefighters in Dane County hosted its 2nd annual Believe in Education fundraiser today at Schwegler's Lanes on the city's west side. The group raised more than $4,000 in scholarship funds last year, and members say it's important to help out those who may not have the opportunity to attend a college or university.
I personally love it. I always said, my mom always taught me to give back, to always give back and try to help as many people as possible.
All proceeds from today go to the Jones Robinson Scholarship, which is named after 5 black children who passed away in a house fire in March of 1990. In addition to providing scholarships, the Sable Flames say its goal is to help reach others and provide support and leadership to its members and all members of the fire department. Still to come on News 3 Now at 5:30. If cold cuts are on your back-to-school list, Consumer Reports says think about making different lunch plans. We'll tell you about the potential dangers at the deli counter. Children are heading back to school with sandwiches packed in their lunch boxes. But if your lunch routine includes cold cuts like ham, bologna, or roast beef, you're going to want to pay attention. A new analysis by Consumer Reports underscores the health risk associated with these popular foods.
It might surprise you, but multiple studies have found that regularly eating even small amounts of processed meats like hot dogs and bacon increases your risk of type 2 diabetes, cancer, and heart disease. But what about deli meats like roast beef or turkey?
It's the same for any cold cuts: roast beef, ham, salami, turkey, even organic. It's all processed meat.
Food scientists at Consumer Reports tested 31 varieties of deli meat for nitrates and nitrites, which are used to prevent bacterial growth and add flavor, but may be linked to cancer. CR's testing found that among the meats labeled cured and uncured, the nitrate and nitrite levels were essentially the same. And Consumer Reports testing found that even meat labeled no nitrites contained some.
Government rules for labeling cold cuts are obsolete. No nitrites doesn't actually mean no nitrites. It means no synthetic nitrites.
Synthetic ones are made in a lab, while natural ones come from vegetables such as celery. Consumer Reports scientists say the chemical composition of natural and synthetic nitrates and nitrites are exactly the same, and so are their potential health effects. While the North American Meat Institute says that most nitrites in our diets come from vegetables, the industry group says many meat processors believe that all deli meat should be labeled cured, no matter which curing process is used. Also concerning, some cold cuts Consumer Reports tested contain coloring agents that may also pose health risks, and many of the samples had high levels of sodium. So do you have to give up deli meat completely? Consumer Reports say not necessarily, but suggest limiting how much deli meat you and your family eat. With this Consumer Reports, I'm Josh Breiter, News 3 Now.
Instead of packing your kids ham and salami, think outside the box with sandwiches made with tomatoes and mozzarella, roasted or fresh vegetables with avocado or hummus, and nut butters with apple or banana slices instead of jam. When we come back, temperatures get a little warmer for your Labor Day. After that, get ready for some thunderstorms. Dana has the details after the break. Hurricane Dorian made landfall in the Bahamas as a Category 5 hurricane. Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas are bracing for Dorian as it slowly moves north. Nicole Killian is on the beach in Jacksonville with the latest on mandatory evacuations and preparations.
Dorian bore down on the northern Bahamas as a Category 5 hurricane on Sunday, one of the most powerful to hit the area in modern times. Officials warned islanders to seek shelter if they hadn't already.
This is not a time for us to seek to resist.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis urged people to remain vigilant.
Hurricane Dorian has been upgraded to a Category 5 storm with now 185 mile per hour sustained winds. The strength of this storm cannot be underestimated.
President Trump and cabinet members met with FEMA officials who are moving food, water, and generators into the southeastern U.S.
We expect that much of the eastern seaboard will be ultimately impacted, and some of it very, very severely.
Beaches in Jacksonville are shutting down tonight until further notice, while residents and tourists keep a close eye on the storm's track.
The biggest concern is that, the path changes every day. So you really don't know. So you just have to be prepared for the worst.
Hopefully it stays out at sea and we just get some of the wind and rain.
Palm Beach and several other Florida counties issued mandatory evacuation orders for some residents, including people in mobile homes, barrier islands, and low-lying areas. And in Cocoa Beach, Cape Canaveral Hospital evacuated patients with the hurricane's path still uncertain. Nicole Killian, CBS News, Jacksonville, Florida.
This morning, 27 crew members from Municipal Electric Utilities of Wisconsin left for Florida to help with Hurricane Dorian recovery. Dana, I know meteorologists across the country are really paying attention to this. It just sounds so powerful.
It is, in fact, the most powerful category for hurricanes. Once they become a Category 5, they can just get stronger and stronger. There is a cutoff point, though, when the eyewall can't sustain how strong the storm gets. Up right now, very, very strong Category 5 storm, folks, again, all along the southeast coast. Keeping a very close eye on the path because even the slightest shift in this path could impact several more people in different places. And here's what I mean. The storm is going to continue to travel west and then take a sharp turn north. If that turn happens a little later, if it travels a little further west and then turns north, then it's going to get even closer to the Florida coastline, bringing more rain and more winds along the Florida coastline. If it takes that turn earlier, then it's going to pull even further away from the coast. That means much, much less damage along the coastline for the eastern seaboard. It did look like earlier yesterday it was going to get a little closer to South Carolina. Now it looks like there may be the potential for a landfall on the outer banks of North Carolina, but it does weaken as it does take that northern turn. So very close eye on the path again for meteorologists throughout the country as the storm continues to travel west. Hurricanes can be a little fickle watching them move through, so it'll be a close eye throughout the next few days as that storm does move again west and north. Our Doppler track for us, pretty quiet. We do have a few showers in northern Wisconsin right now. Those showers might creep a little further south overnight. 76 currently in Madison. It's very comfortable outside. Our dew points are in the mid-50s and our breeze is nice and calm. This is all as we're in a little bit of a pause between what can be a little active over the next few days. We're going to stay quiet through this evening, but this cold front drives south tonight, bringing the slight chance for an isolated shower or two. Not a great chance for any rain. And then as we head into Tuesday, some low pressure swings on overhead, and we're looking at some storm chances popping up for your Tuesday morning specifically. Of course, tonight we're nice and calm. For Monday, that marginal risk for severe weather is overnight into Tuesday. A slight risk up to the north around Minneapolis. And here's what happens. A slight chance for some showers moving through tonight. Tomorrow, we're partly sunny and pretty pleasant outside, but at night the chance for some very strong thunderstorms is going to slide through. That's going to stay with us into Tuesday morning. The opportunity to see those showers might swing around later in the afternoon, but most of the rain chances will come through overnight. Again, overnight will be mostly cloudy with the chance for a few isolated showers. Temperatures will fall to the low 60s for our overnight lows. By tomorrow afternoon, we're close to 80. It's going to be a very warm Labor Day. Temperature-wise overnight, we won't drop too much thanks to that mostly cloudy sky, landing close to 62 early Monday morning. A mild start to the day and a warmer afternoon. 80 degrees and just a little more humid outside also. We're at 84 on Tuesday, though, in front of that next system. Windy, humid, and a chance for showers and thunderstorms mainly in the morning. And then things will be a little more quiet for the middle of the week. Wednesday and Thursday look mostly sunny. We'll fall back with our temperatures for Wednesday into the upper 60s. And then for Thursday and Friday, things should stay pretty quiet and calm in the low 70s for our afternoon highs. So you'll definitely be able to get outside and enjoy Labor Day Monday. Tuesday, though, in the morning, that's when we have the chance for some really strong storms to come through.
And not very many chances for 80 degrees again for a little while.
Right. We want to hold on to that because we are starting to march right on into fall.
Yep. All right. Thank you so much, Dana. The Brewers needing some help this afternoon, but no worries. The MVP is here. Highlights from Wrigley Field next in sports.
Well, the Brewers aren't messing around anymore. With 26 games left in the regular season, the team designated Jeremy Jeffress for assignment this morning. He was a key part of the team last year in the run to the National League Championship Series, making the All-Star team for the first time. But he really hasn't been the same after that. He's been dealing with some issues in his throwing shoulder and went back on the injured list last Sunday with a strained left hip. Meanwhile, the rest of the team trying to wrap it up against the Cubs at Wrigley with a win, up 1-0 in the ninth. Christian Yelich working that two-out rally, home run number 42 of the season, just one behind Mike Trout right now for the most in Major League Baseball. 3-run home run, 4-0 Brewers. That would be the final. Brewers host the Astros tomorrow afternoon. Cubs host the Mariners. And the Brewers and Cubs will face each other again on Thursday for a 4-game series at Miller Park. In St. Louis, the Cardinals hosting the Reds, going for the series sweep. Cincinnati putting up a fight, tied at 1 in the third. Eugenio Suarez taking that one deep. That's a 2-run home run. Reds up 3-1. Then some ninth inning heroics for the Cardinals. Tie game at 3. Harrison Bader driving one deep to right for the game winner. Cardinals win 4-3 the final. So here's a look at the National League Central standings. Brewers have got a battle ahead of them for these last few weeks of the regular season. Now 6.5 games behind the Cardinals, 3 games out of the wild card standings as well. The Packers keeping a handful of standout preseason players on the 10-man practice squad, including tight end Evan Bayless, running back Trey Carson, and wide receiver Alan Lazard. Meanwhile, it's a shortened game week. It'll be the 34th time the Packers and Bears open their seasons against each other. Today on the practice field, Kevin King back along with Jimmy Graham, and the team is definitely locked in to start the season off strong, according to head coach Matt LaFleur.
I definitely saw it a little bit this morning in the team meeting. I could tell our team was pretty focused and locked in, and we're still gonna still operate as we always do. You know, I learned from, Dan Quinn a couple years ago, hey, they all count the same. And you got to have that championship mindset each and every week and each and every day. And that's the way we're going about our business.
Back to baseball for a moment. Big day for Justin Verlander, throwing the third no-hitter of his career. 14 Ks for the Astros pitcher today against the Blue Jays. Only one walk, a total of 120 pitches. Only Nolan Ryan and Sandy Koufax have thrown for more no-hitters than Verlander now. And this is a first, showing that some people are truly dedicated to their craft. Former Ole Miss head coach Hugh Freeze, now at Liberty University, calling plays in the booth from his hospital bed. He was recently hospitalized with a disc issue and a staph infection after having severe back pain. It was the first game as head coach for Liberty, and he definitely was not going to miss it. You see Syracuse head coach Diego Babers there after giving you a little thumbs up point. I see you, man. Coaching from the booth.
That's dedication, but also I'm kind of surprised they let him do that. He should be paying attention to himself. But
I mean, some
when
people,
you love the sport,
when you love it, college football,
you just got to be there.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Michelle Carolla. Tonight on the news at 9, how officials in southern Wisconsin are working to find new ways to protect communities from future flooding. That is first on Fox at 9.
We're looking at 80 degrees tomorrow.
Yes, a nice summer day. It's going to be partly sunny and pretty pleasant outside for Labor Day Monday. For Tuesday, though, we will have the chance for showers and thunderstorms coming through, especially in the morning for your morning commute, and then the chance for a few more to pop up later in the afternoon. Another warm day on Tuesday, a little humid, a little windy, also in the upper 80s, or mid to upper 80s for afternoon highs. Looking ahead to the rest of the week, we get a little bit of a cool down and some sunshine for Wednesday and Thursday. Temps will fall back to the upper 60s for Wednesday, the low 70s for Thursday and Friday. And by next weekend, just a slight chance for some showers and thunderstorms for Saturday and Sunday. But tomorrow really should be able to enjoy the weather. If you do have any outdoor plans for Labor Day, I would recommend grilling out. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. All right. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great night.